What's up, everyone? I'm super, super excited to have you on my online event, which I'll be sharing with the world of YouTube very, very soon. And by the way, this is the first time I'm going to be teaching you guys about psychology. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are ready with your notepads and pen because I've got literally seven things I wrote down, 7 tips for you that's going to be a game-changing, absolutely game-changing for you when it comes to building more trust online and offline, building more credibility, getting people to say yes and not always say no. Um, just um, just getting more people to build relationships with you in a genuine way, and they don't find you dodgy or weird. Because what you guys are doing right now, the specific things you're saying and you're doing and you're typing, that people think is weird, and you should stop doing it ASAP and start doing what I'm going to help you with. So I'm going to go straight into it because we don't have that much time. But the first thing the first tip I have for you when it comes to psychology, and basically psychology. Okay, for me, psychology is basically using a level of our thought process and using certain phrases and words towards ourselves and towards others that basically helps us shift to a different state, if that makes sense. So, for example, you can use psychology to shift from a positive state to a negative state. You can use psychology to get someone who's really skeptical to become more open-minded. You can use psychology to get someone to trust you using like a few sentences. If you know the right things to say, certain words and certain phrases basically help others and help you shift to a different state of mindset. And that's the way I see psychology. And just to put it out there, I've not studied psychology in my life. I don't have a psychology degree. I don't read books about psychology. I have just been doing these things. I watched videos on psychology from some of my mentors a few years ago, and I basically learned all of this from one of my mentors when he taught me about psychology and sales online. He taught me these specific things that I've been using for the last, I don't know, maybe more than 5 years now. And every single person I've probably like connected with through social media and offline has probably been because of one of these things I'm going to share with you. Okay. So the first thing is, write this down. Always be more interested, not interesting. So rather than you saying, "Holy crap, hey, look at me, I'm the best. Look at my achievements. Look what I've done. I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm the best motivational speaker in the world. I have the best content in the world. I'm the most positive person." Rather than you talking gibberish all about yourself, be more interested in the other person. Which brings me on to the second one, which is listen more than you speak. So the listening part comes in after you've become more interested in them, because when you ask open-ended questions, which is actually the third one, ask open-ended questions. When you ask people open-ended questions, it makes them want to talk for longer. Hence, it makes you zip up, be quiet, and listen to them. For example, I'm going to give you an example about an open-ended question. So don't ask questions like, "How are you?" Like, that's just going to be like, I'm fine. I'm good. That's okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay. That's it. They're gonna be very short answers. Don't ask questions like, "Did you have a good day?" or something like that, because they're gonna say yes or no. That's it. So don't ask those kind of questions. I see Erica joining. What's up? Don't ask. So don't ask those closed-ended questions. An open-ended question is this: Why? Let me think. What makes you so passionate about this? That's an open-ended question. So you can ask someone, "Hey, Parishma, what makes you so passionate about dancing? Or what makes you so passionate about music? What makes you so passionate about writing?" Then I just shut up and I listen to you. Because then you're gonna be just talking about your whole life. You're gonna be telling me everything about dance when you were young, how passionate you are, how much you love it. You're gonna be telling me everything about that specific thing I just asked you about. So ask open-ended questions like that, because it makes the other person open up and speak more. Now, this obviously comes when you have built some kind of rapport with someone. So one of the other tips, write this down, is build rapport by building a genuine relationship with people. So don't just try to, if you're in business, don't try to sell something to someone all the time, just straight up. Never ever sell anything in the first few messages. Never ever be needy in the first few messages. Don't spam people in the first messages. Never ever, please write this down in bold. Please never ever send a link to anybody as the first message. Please, guys, I beg you, please stop it. It's not gonna work. Don't send any kind of links to people in messages through social media, because it doesn't, they literally just delete it, or they don't even open it because they're like, oh, it's just another spam, it's another guy trying to sell me something, it's another woman trying to sell me something. So don't send links to people. That automatically psychologically triggers our brain off. We're like, oh, it's another sales pitch. So don't do that. So ask open-ended questions. Be more interested, not interesting. So listen to people more than you speak. Ask those open-ended questions, and then be quiet and listen. And when you're listening, you learn from them. When you listen, don't just listen and like just go into la la land and just listen to them, right? Don't just not listen to them, meaning just hear them, because there's a difference between hearing and listening. You can just hear what they're saying and not really understand it, but you got to listen to something because you need to know what to say next. So you need to pick up one thing from what they just shared to take you to the next question. So if they answered your open-ended question and they told you all about why they're so passionate about music and dance, then you ask them, oh, so where do you see yourself doing that in the next couple of years? Where do you see that going for you? Then they're gonna start open. Then you're going somewhere in the conversation, right? And it makes people trust you more. Okay. What's the next thing I have for you? Oh, this one is my favorite one. This one is gonna, honestly, guys, this is gonna change your life. I'm already so excited just looking at it on my notes. So this one is stop using the word interested. So basically, from today, I want all of you to delete the word interested from your dictionary, because nobody is interested in anything you're trying to sell them. Nobody is interested in anything that you have for them. Nobody is interested in you. Put it that way. And I'm not saying it in a negative, bad way. I'm just being honest. Especially online, people don't care. They're too busy. They're not interested in anything that you want to share with them, or you want them to buy, or you want to, whatever you want to do with them. Just the word interested, it's just a human kind of psychological word that puts people off, because they match the word interested with, you're gonna now offer something straight after this. Don't use interested. Use the word open instead. So don't use interested, use the word open. Now I'm gonna give you an example so it makes sense. Never say, hey, Iza, are you interested in an opportunity to make more money? Are you interested in an opportunity to come and work for us? Or are you interested in an opportunity to buy, I don't know, buy some TikTok shares? Okay, whatever. I'm just coming up with whatever's coming to my head. But don't. So that question by itself, it will put people off, because they're like, no, I'm not interested. It's so easy for us. Imagine you guys. I'm sure you have said it before. How many times have you said, I'm not interested in that? All the time, right? Someone always offers you something, like, nah, I'm not interested. I don't need that. But if someone came to you and said, would you be open to buy those TikTok shares? Would you be open to check out an opportunity that I want to share with you? Would you be open to um, see this new venture that I'm doing, or see this new business that I'm working on? Now, all of a sudden, have you guys ever said, no, I'm not open to anything? Have you guys ever said, no, I'm not open to an opportunity? Doesn't it sound weird? It sounds like you're like a very negative, skeptical, closed-minded person, right? So in a conversation, you would never say to someone, no, I'm not open to an opportunity. It just sounds silly. You make yourself sound a bit silly. But if you said, I'm not interested, it's like, oh, that's normal. Everyone says it. So always switch those words around. Stop using the word interested. Start using the word open. Promise you guys, I have used this for the last 5 years through LinkedIn messages, through DMs in Instagram. The reason why I can tell you it works is because, have you guys seen some of the podcast guests I've had on my podcast? Some of them are massive, hugely influential, multi-millionaires, and some of them are even billionaires. So, like, how could I have got someone of such like high caliber to come and speak to me on a conversation for an hour on my podcast if I didn't use these types of psychological words through text message, because I had to connect with them through social media, right? If it was through offline means, then I would have to meet them at an event and use the same concept but saying it to them in person. So I would still not say to them, would you be interested to come and speak to me on my podcast? No, I'd be like, hey, this person, whatever the name is, hey Sadiq, would you be open to ever come and have a chat with me for half an hour on my podcast and just share your wisdom? Because like because you are super inspiring and you're changing so many people's lives. All of a sudden, one of the next points that I've just come to in what I've just shared there is compliment people. Always start with a compliment. Guys, if you ever DM me and just say hi or hello, I would not respond to your DM. I don't respond to DMs that just people say hi or hello or how are you? Because I don't have time for that. I don't have time to sit there for an hour and have a conversation with you. I'm busy. I'm taking action in my life. I've got things to do. So if you ask me, or if you come into a message, so now let me teach you something about how to message someone on social media to at least maybe most likely get a response better than what you're already trying right now. This is how you start. You start with a compliment. So if you're messaging me on social media through Instagram, LinkedIn, somewhere, you say, "Hey Sadiq, I'm so grateful to be connected with you. I love all your videos that you post on LinkedIn and TikTok. They've been inspiring so many people, and including me. You've changed my mindset so much. So thank you so much for all the wisdom that you share online." That's the compliment. Then you ask the question in the same text. You leave a space. Don't add it into like a big block. You say that compliment. You put a space, and then you ask a question. Not about me. You ask your question that you want an answer to. So, for example, you after you've said that, you would say, I'm really the next part actually, which you need to write down is, I'm just curious. Always use this phrase, guys. It's like the magic cherry on the top. Always use the word, I'm just curious. Because people love curious people. We love being curious. We all love curiosity. It just makes us excited. It makes us like, what's he going to say next? What's she going to say next? Right. So we love curiosity. So always say, after that message with the compliment, you say, I'm just curious. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Or what are your thoughts on this? For example, I just posted a video about law of attraction, right? After I left Sadiq a compliment, I would say, I'm just curious, Sadiq, what are your thoughts on the law of attraction? Do you think it's real? Do you think it works? That's it. Not a lecture. Not do you think the law of attraction works? And could you please tell me all about it? And could you send me the links? And did it? No, just one small question. Because the point of this message is for you to get a response from me. If I've responded to you, then you know that conversation can carry on. If I don't respond to you, then I've already deleted it and I don't care. Right? Make sense? So many of you guys have been have been messaging people in the wrong way by saying, "Are you interested in something?" And they're just already shut down because they're not interested in anything. So many other people say, they use the word. I said that interested already. They don't use the word just curious. They just go straight into a question, and people just switch off. They're not interested to kind of respond to messages that, because you haven't added any value to them, you haven't complimented them, you haven't made them feel good. People like their egos to be boosted, so boost their ego a little bit. Tell them like how nice their stuff is. Tell them how nice they look. Tell them, like, not in the wrong way though. Okay, make sure you guys don't tell them how nice they look in the wrong way, because then they're just gonna delete you. But like, oh, it's just another person trying something. So make sure you're smart about how you're talking. Again, guys, just keep it super simple. Don't overthink it. Just keep it simple and use those things. Like, I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on this? Or, I'm just curious, how would you deal with this? Really easy, simple questions that's going to make sense for that person to respond to, and it's an easy response. Okay, what's next? In compliments, said that. Open-ended questions, I said that. Use the phrase just curious. Okay, this one again, I touched on it, but you have to build rapport with that person through the comments. So now I'm kind of going to teach you through the psychology of how to gain people's trust through comments and through online. This is more online now, because the other stuff I just shared with you, you can use it all offline, but this one is for online only. So how you build rapport and trust with someone is you literally leave a comment on every single post. Literally every day they post, leave a comment on their post. Comment, not just like peace, not namaste sign, not love heart, an actual genuine comment. So for example, you watched a video of Sadiq talk about law of attraction. It's all about taking action. Now you go on that post, you like it, and you leave a comment saying something about what you think of the law of attraction, how it's changed your life, or why you don't understand it. By you leaving like a good comment, like a good size comment, it makes me see, oh, this person's like really genuinely curious about my content. They're leaving a long comment. That means they care. That means they came and they watched the video and they're trying to learn and understand more. Okay. um Someone said, how do you make rapport? So you make rapport online, Sahar, through these comments. Because when you leave comments on my, for example, for my videos, suddenly I notice who you are. So some of you are from TikTok, right? And I noticed some of you guys, the reason why I saw your names and I was like, oh, I know you're from TikTok, is because I've seen your names, I've seen your comments on my TikTok. So when I've seen your comments, I know who it is. That already builds a little bit more trust with me. See, now you come on the Zoom call. Now you're on the call. Now you're building more trust with me, because now I see you guys every single week come in, and you're learning something. That shows me you're serious about your growth. It shows me that you're serious about changing your life, about learning. So you build rapport by leaving comments like that, genuine comments on people's posts. So what you do, you leave a comment, like a decent, genuine comment about that video, not a random comment about that video. And then you go into their DMs, into their private messages, and then you message them something about that video. So you message them something like, "Hey Sadiq, I just saw your video about, procrastination, and I just wanted to say, like your videos have been helping me so much, and but I'm still struggling a little bit with procrastination. What can I do to start taking more action?" Something just really super simple like that. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple. That's the main thing I'm trying to get to you guys, is you have to keep conversations really simple for you to understand more of that, what that person's thinking. Because look, the truth is, nobody cares about us, nobody cares about you until you care about someone else. Make sense? So nobody cares about you until you show that you care about them. So that brings me on to literally the last thing that I wrote was, always give more than you take. Okay, so always give people more than you take. Never. So ask people this question: how can I be of service to you? This is the golden question. This question, I can almost promise you, if there's nothing else you learn from this whole video, then the one question you're going to learn from this whole, or the one thing you can learn from this whole video, is this one question of asking people, how can I be of service? How can I help you? How can I be of service, or how can I help you in whatever that you're doing? Because that shows that you're someone willing to learn. It shows that you're coachable. It shows that you're someone serious about your growth, and it shows people that you really want to take action in your life, and you're just curious, and you're just genuinely serious to learn and want to change your life. Okay, so those are pretty much, I just shared with you 7 of the tips around psychology, of how I gain trust with people online. And offline, exactly the same thing. You meet someone in public, you meet someone in the coffee shop, you're having coffee and someone's sitting next to you, and you feel like they seem like a nice person. You just compliment them. Hey, I really like your if you're a woman, you can just say, hey, I really like your handbag. What store did you buy that from? It's just really, really nice. That's it. You started a conversation with a random stranger, and they don't think you're weird because you're complimenting them about something that they're wearing. Their earrings, their bag, their shoes. Hey, where did you get that from? Which store did you buy that from? It's really, really nice. I really like it. It looks really good on you. Where did you buy that from? Suddenly, they don't know you. They're a stranger, but they've got some kind of, they suddenly like you because you're being nice to them. You're boosting their ego. You're making them feel good. Compliments are amazing, guys. I use compliments all the time. Someone said I overcomplicate or over compliment, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that, but okay. So yeah, compliment, and yeah, ask people, how can I be of service? So whenever you're on social media and you want to, or offline, you ask someone, hey, how can I be of service to you? How can I help you to basically help you in your life? Because now it's nothing to do with you, but in the back of your head, psychologically, afterwards, after you've helped them X amount of times, then you can actually ask for one thing in return. So when you've helped someone enough by being of service to them, you can ask them one thing. So I will say, or as Gary Vee always says, ask 3 times, and give 3 times, ask once. Jab, 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 right hook. That's his book. If you guys don't know Gary Vee, make sure you're following him, because he's awesome and he'll teach you a lot of these kind of similar hacks and these similar types of mindset. But always give 3 times more than you take. Give people more and ask them once for something in return. And don't even expect. When you ask them for that one thing in return, don't expect they're going to give it. Don't expect anything in life. Just always keep giving and ask once. And if someone sees that you're being genuine and of value, they're going to help you and they're going to give it to you, or they're gonna be willing to give you something in return. So now it's time for your questions, guys. What can I help you? How can I be of service to you now? How can I help you guys with something that you're struggling with, or something you didn't understand about what I shared? Because I know Seha talked about how to make rapport. The biggest way to just build rapport online is through the comments, is through the DM messages, like the private messages, by doing exactly what I said, leaving a compliment and then asking a question. Not saying hello, hi, but leaving a compliment and then saying just curious, ask a question. Those certain things you need to use. Oh, there's one last thing I want to share with you actually. This is a bonus because this just come to me. This come to me. Always at the end of the sentence, at the end of your sentences, try depending on what you're going to say, but try your best to always add this little magic little phrase. Okay, and it goes like this. So just let me give an example. So hey Sadiq, I really like your videos. You've been helping me and inspiring me so much in my life through just your videos. So thank you for everything that you're doing online. I'm just curious. I've always struggled with procrastination. How can I take more action in my life? And then underneath that, you can even say, because you can even add this little bit. If you have time, please respond. But if not, no big deal. Just that little bit at the end. If not, so if you have time, please reply. But if not, then no worries. No big deal. It's okay. It just takes away a little bit of the pressure from the person to respond to you. And I'm telling you guys, this is literally like that little bit there again, just like what I said about earlier about just curious, and pretty much all of the basic main phrases I've been telling you are the most important parts of psychology when it comes to text messages. So it's so important for you to just say that and take off that pressure off the person from responding and from replying to you. Because you're just like, hey, look, if you don't respond, I don't care. If you don't respond, it's okay. I get that you're busy, totally cool. That's no big deal. We're okay with it. Yeah. So use that. That is really really useful. I'm just curious, how can we build credibility from the first meeting? From the first meeting, if it's in person, then it's all about listening, bro. So Antoni's asked, how can we build more credibility in a first meeting? It's all about listening more than you speak. It's being what I said, the first one I said, being more interested than interesting. So don't talk about yourself too much. Tell them about yourself briefly, but then say, hey, I want to know more about you. Tell me about you. What made you so passionate about this thing? Remember, open-ended questions. That's how you're gonna build credibility, Antonius, is by asking them open-ended questions, being quiet and listening to them. Because I'm telling you, the power of listening, people love me because I listen. Seriously, one of my best traits is I can sit there and listen to someone just yabble for hours. And I just take it. Even if I don't know what they're saying, I just listen and they just like me listening. People love people who are good at listening. So become a good listener. It automatically just builds trust with someone because they feel like, wow, you really care. But again, remember, don't hear them, listen, because they're going to ask you a question at the end and you're going to need to know the answer or you're dead. Okay. If you've lost trust with someone, how do you gain it back? That's a hard one. That is because if you lose trust with somebody, it's very hard to gain it back. But even if you gain that trust back, the scars never go away. The scars are always there. So they will always remember that time. No matter how much they forgive you or they've forgiven you, they'll always remember that thing, that trust that you've broken with them. So that's a really tough one. But we could talk about that later on in another session because we're running out of time. But yeah, I would say to build back trust, you can do it still by obviously apologizing, by asking for forgiveness, by showing that you genuinely are sorry and showing some kind of action that they wouldn't have expected to gain the trust back. Then you can have that trust back. If that person's still a bit open, you can gain that trust back, but it will never go away. The trust issue would always stay there because you've already broken it once. And as they say, it's hard for people to give you second chances, and even when they do, it's difficult for them to still to still live up to knowing if this person's still legit, real. Are they still being genuine with me, or are they still that person that did that to me once? Does that make sense? So yeah, I hope that helps. Anything else? Any more questions? Otherwise, we're done. We're finished. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this was valuable. I hope you guys enjoy spending time with me on Zoom. And yeah, so next week Saturday, I'll do a different topic. I'll think about it tomorrow and I'll post it soon. So stay tuned all over my social media, mainly on Instagram, because on the stories I share it, and then I do share it on every other platform as well. As you guys know, on TikTok, I just tell you guys every single day about it. So that's the only way I can do it when I go live. But I'm super grateful for all of you guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch my content. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. And I'm just super grateful. Thank you so much for just all the love, just everything that you guys are doing for me to support what I'm doing out there in the world. I just want to help inspire someone to inspire others. So if I can inspire you guys, for you guys to help me to go and inspire others, please, if there's one thing that I ask from you, is you guys go and inspire someone else after you've seen something of mine, or share it with someone. Because that's all I ever want. I don't want anything from you guys. I just want you guys to be kind, positive towards others, and spread that love for me. Because let's spread positivity in the world, and let's change people's life one person at a time. These tips are going to help my team. Go and tell them all about it. Antonis is 100% going to help your team, bro. Because I was sharing it with my team. I was sharing it at the events that I used to speak at, and it's helped so many people that I've trained on this specific topic. So yeah, Erica, you're welcome, guys. I'm gonna end the call now. But thank you for being with me on here. I'm super grateful. I will see you guys later on TikTok live. So join me there at 9 p.m. UK time. Peace out. Take care. Use these tips, guys. Remember, take action on them. Please don't make this book, close it, and put it on shelf development. Please don't do that. Make use of what I just shared with you and take action on it, because it's going to help you in so many ways. So yeah, love you guys. Peace out and take care. I'll see you guys later on.